a while. As you can see, I did not lose 45,000 pounds before I went to Las Vegas. I didn't even lose 10. But this story has a happy ending. Here's the story. We went to Las Vegas. I was sort of bummed out about my appearance. And then I thought, what's worse than being bummed out about your appearance? Being bummed out about your appearance while you're on vacation, meaning to have a good time. So instead of doing that, what I did was went out and bought a crop top, wore it out in public, and then went to the topless pool. Because fuck it. I mean, you live once. It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters how you feel and what you do. And I felt pretty good. I had a good amount of fat resting on my belly button. I still felt pretty hot. So nobody cared. Nobody cared about any of those things. It was fine. And as you can see from the photos, just of the crop top, not of the naked pool, because, come on. I think it was Elizabeth Taylor who said, when you feel your worst is the time when you need to look your best. It's true. Which is not to say I'm not still trying to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I want my race times to be faster. I want to be able to do all of these things, and I am getting up near 40. You just heard that click. That was my shoulder. My bones click now. My knees go crick crick when I go upstairs. That's the nature of aging. But to place so much more stress on my bones, on my muscles, on my mind, is really not worth it. I'd like to be able to let that stuff go. You may notice that I'm feeling a little bit less chastisey about being significantly overweight, or at least significantly more overweight than I was at the beginning of the year. Here's a small story for you. As you may know, I have been diagnosed with both anxiety and depression. And I am taking a well-known medication for those things, and it helps a great deal. In addition to doing things like taking vitamin D, taking fish oil, which also help quite a lot. This prescription medication was increased by my doctor in the beginning of the year. And my pharmacy did not refill the amount that was increased, but kept refilling the same amount. That was no longer working because your body does build up a tolerance. And so for the middle of the summer to right around daylight savings time, the worst time of year if you happen to have any sort of depression, seasonal affective disorder, any sort of imbalance in your brain chemistry, that time of year is no good. And it was no good for me. It was pretty awful. There was a precipice. And I'm sorry to any of my friends who may have gotten a larger than usual dose of emo Sarah. But then I realized why, because my brain chemicals were out of whack due to my pharmacy, and I called and I got it fixed. In the 3 weeks since it has been fixed, I feel immeasurably better. That is a really, really important point when it comes to things like being productive. Not just enjoying life, but actually thriving in life. Doing the things that you want to do, doing the things that you need to do, but also doing the things that make you happy or make you feel fulfilled, or even just being able to go for a workout, because depression will make you tired, as those of you with depression will know. It'll make you feel like even if you did have the energy to work out, why would you bother? It's a very negative sort of roadblock in many ways. I feel heavy when I feel depressed. I feel, and combined with anxiety, you feel like you're under a weighted blanket but desperate to get out from under it, and basically the only cure is being unconscious. And I can talk about this in the past tense, which feels really nice, because I don't feel like that right now. I feel like I am ready to start things over. I feel almost I mean, as much as someone with anxiety can be excited, because excited just means like anticipating a good thing, not anticipating like something terrible is going to happen. So yeah, mostly I feel excited about the new things that I want to do, that I'm going to try to do, that I am going to definitely accomplish in the new year. And normally at the new year, I just go, it's a year. It's going to be just like this year, only with a different number. And I feel like maybe this one could be different. I feel strangely optimistic. In that vein, I have joined DietBet. I've heard a lot of good things about DietBet. If you've never heard of it, it's an app, and it's a weight loss app. There are a lot of them. But this one is like any diet bet that you would join through Weight Watchers or your gym or whatever, or just in like a pool of people. You throw in some money. Whoever loses the biggest percentage of weight wins, because, 10 pounds to one person isn't as easy as 10 pounds to another person. Goes by percentage of weight. And then at the end, people who didn't make their goal forfeit the money. People who did win split the pot. There are a ton of people in that pot. And the buy-in is usually can be anywhere from like $20 to $100 to $500 it ranges. And there are 3 levels. There is Kickstarter. That is the just month-long losing 3 or 4% of your weight at a smaller buy-in. And then there is Transformer, which is 6 months long and is a larger buy-in. And then the maintain level, which is I just don't want to gain anything from now until then, which is also really nice. So I'm going to see how I do with this one. I have joined the Transformer. It is called 2019 Lasting Resolutions, or since solutions is in all caps, resolutions. All right. If you want to join, I'm going to put the link in the bottom. It's totally up to you. If you don't, they have plenty of other programs. They have plenty of other bets. You can join a bunch of bets at a time. And this is the point where I tell you, no, they are not a sponsor. They did not pay me to say anything about this, because let me tell you, I'll probably be talking about it a lot, and I'm going to say whatever I want. That said, I am going to be starting a Patreon. I basically like making the things that I want to see. With a Patreon account, my friends and family can support the creative outlets that I enjoy and that they enjoy that otherwise are unpaid. And I have quite a lot of hobbies that I think other people would either enjoy watching the things that I create, understanding, learning about the things that I create, or indeed actually receiving the things that I create if I set them up as giveaways. If people just want to talk about these things, if I do like an AMA or what do you call that? Facebook Live video. However the kids are doing it. I'm kind of a polymath with a strange affinity for weird things like skulls, knitting, running, sewing, making my own clothes, making my own furniture, reupholstering old furniture, taking old things and making them new again, making my own bags. I want to create things, whether I need to knit it, sew it, build it, write it, and I think people would be interested in those things. So interested that maybe they'd want to kick me $1 a month. It's cheaper than Netflix. If I have a Patreon, it also helps to keep you on a regular schedule, and I will feel beholden to people if they are supporting me and I'm, producing nothing. A new Monday video, just a general video telling you what's going on. Weight related, not related, could be in the closet. I now have a GoPro. I can take you out with me. Who knows what I'll be doing week to week. And I know a lot of people right now are making resolutions. They're saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna climb Mount Kilimanjaro with my teeth, and I'm gonna be vegan. And it's a lot. It's a lot. I just said last year that I was going to vlog, and I did. Making 4 videos a year isn't a lot, but it is a vlog, and people did see it. So, is that a failure? Because I still did it. It's hard for a perfectionist to go, well, it's done, and so therefore I didn't fail. If it isn't perfect, you won't ever let it see the light of day, which means it's nothing. I'm looking for done and mostly not shit. Not perfect, but someone has seen it and thought that they have seen worse things. That's where I am in 2019. Mostly not shit. If you're worried that you are going to fail and you've made your goals 20-fold and you accomplished 3, that's not 17 goals you didn't make. That's 3 things you have actually accomplished. And that's kind of a big deal. I mean, that's huge. It may seem like one thing when you write it down. It's massive in your everyday life. If you learned something by doing something new, by not doing something that you used to do, through changing your habits, you really can learn more about what is important to you, what you need to take with you, and what you need to leave behind. Don't think of failure as the thing that you didn't do. Think about it as the thing that you did that you wish you'd done sooner. I'll see y'all next week.